Hey everybody, welcome to the Justin T. Weller Show. I'm back in Urbana today, as you can see, different set than usual. And I am pleased to introduce my very special guest today, Connor Huggins. And he's thrilled to be here, you can see. Lots of smiles. Yay, that was strained. But we are going to do what I do with most people I bring on. I'm going to provide you a little background on Connor and I. There's a lot, so we will condense it as much as possible. And then we're going to get into a couple questions, and by that time, we'll have to be done because you guys will be bored and have left. But we're going to get started with our little bit of history, and I'll count on you to fill in important things that I leave out, because I most certainly will. So we have known each other a little over 2 years as of August this year. So August of 2016, that would have been 2 years. And based on the title of this video, you already know that he is one of my exes in the long line of exes.
The very long.
But we met at a time where I had already come out to everybody except my family.
Bullshit.
Well, actually, no. I take that back.
Bullshit.
We met, so that didn't take long for me to get something wrong.
Right.
We met, and I think at that point my close friends knew. And as we got together, more people learned about it, and then my family learned at the end of summer prior to going to Xavier. So it was definitely interesting, I guess, to say the least. And I think it definitely had to be a little bit before August that we met.
Yeah, it was like July, because that one's when you tore down the church.
Oh, you mean when we were working on the theater?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, there it is. Tearing down the church.
Well, I was on some fucking scaffolding.
Yeah.
To fucking bust my ass.
Dirty mouth. Viewer discretion is advised. So anyway, Connor and I have known each other quite some time. It has been a rocky history.
Very rocky.
Definitely gotten better, though, probably in the past year. I think that as people grow up, people get more mature and look back at situations and usually realize that, it's not good. Yeah, that people are just dumb when they're young.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's something that everybody learns as they get older. Well, not everybody. I still know some people that are just as stupid as they once were. But enough about that, because we're here today. Connor, this will excite a ton of you, I'm sure, is actively in the military. And what's your rank?
E2.
E2 in the Navy.
Yeah.
So it's exciting stuff. We have a military man on today. So comment in the sections below if you like that or dislike that, and we'll gauge the interest. But I'm going to start out by asking you least favorite thing about the military.
Probably the food. It's the one thing that I just really, really hate the most is I pay like $300 a month for food. And when I go there, everything is just crap. And then everyone tells me, oh yeah, Corey Station has the best food, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, does it really? Does it?
The best of the worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best of the
So
worst.
It's still bad.
It's still terrible.
It's just less bad than everything else.
Right.
Okay. Cool. And if you had to pick one thing that you like about the military, what would that be?
I think that would be how you have such a close-knit family, because being back here, I don't consider my immediate family my family anymore, which sounds sad, but when you're in the military, you're always away from your family. You don't really get to see them, so you make friends who become your family, and you see them every day. I see a lot of my friends in class, and they've always had my back. Always. So I think of them as my family.
Would you say that it's given you good perspective on life?
Yeah. Being 18 and joining the military, granted it's not for everyone, but it makes you grow up fast. It puts a new outlook on life. It makes you do a lot of things and grow up a lot faster than a lot of kids should. But I think it's a good thing. In all honesty, it was good for me because it opened my eyes to a lot more of what life has to offer.
So to go away from a less somber and serious note, since if most of you knew Connor as well as I do, that's probably not who he is as a person about 90% of the time. How about a story that like top the charts in terms of funny or embarrassing in some way?
Funny or embarrassing?
Yes.
Ooh.
About you. You've got enough embarrassing things about me. So
that is true.
And they know most of they know some of it.
Well, they don't know my embarrassing about you.
That's true. We'll start with yours, then I'll feel better.
Well, I was in boot camp, which was like 3-4 months ago, and we ate a chow, which is like what we call breakfast and lunch and dinner.
So all meals.
Yeah, really all meals.
Okay.
And then, so after everyone ate, we went back up to our berthing, which is like where we all sleep and stuff like that. Go into the head, and
be in the bathroom.
Yes, be in the bathroom.
Us civilians don't know that. So.
But every single stall in the head, and there were like 20 of them, were all full. And I was like about to shit myself. So I had to go run to the head all the way down the hallway, and that was full. So I had to run all the way down the stairs on what we call ships, which is like the buildings. And I actually had to run all the way down there. And then as I was walking in, someone was walking out of the stall. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. It was literally like, if anyone in the military, I'm gonna tell you right now, anyone in the military, especially the Navy, you know that if you eat at the...
So anyway, the camera died because I don't know what I'm doing, which all of you already know. But I think the synopsis of the story is you had to go to 3 different bathrooms before being able to actually use the bathroom.
Right.
And it was probably like I thought this story, for what it's worth, was going to end very differently than the way that it did.
If it ended that way,
I'm glad that it had a happy ending and not because it could have been much worse.
Oh yeah.
So that would have been definitely one to keep a hold of. So next thing is you get to ask a question of your choice, which I do consistently, I think, with every guest that I've ever had, that I will answer on air, regardless of what the question is. Thankfully, nobody's been too terrible. They haven't intentionally been mean. A couple times I've had questions that put me in a very awkward position, but they didn't realize that they were doing that. So what do you got for us?
Ooh.
Are you going to rock the ship?
I don't even know. Let's come back to that.
Let's come back to that.
Give me like 5 minutes to
get some time. Okay,
yeah.
So how about then most embarrassing moment? The time that you were most embarrassed for me, where I did something embarrassing.
That was probably Remember back when we used to
This didn't take long for him to have like 3 different thoughts. Like,
no.
Oh.
Remember back when you used to do like Cozy Cat and like the crew games and all that?
Yup.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember this, but that time that we were at a crew game, and this was back when you always tried to put me in that damn costume. I don't remember that, no. But, anyways, it was back when like you were changing in the bathroom or something like that, and like the other mascot was in there, and all of a sudden I just see you like drop your pants, like you're just standing there in your boxers, and I was just sitting there. I was like, I like looked at the other guy.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just like looked at the other guy. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
So there's not really any context to explain the situation other than, usually speaking, the Cozy Cat mascot had its own place to change and didn't share space with other mascots. So usually speaking, I could take off that. Right, because I would wear, everybody that went to these usually wore like decent clothes that looked presentable for the company. So it wasn't the type of stuff that you wanted to wear in the costume. So it was necessary to change prior to getting in the costume. Of course, again, usually speaking, the that you didn't share a space. So
But you just didn't care. You just said,
yeah,
bye.
yeah.
Let me just.
I mean, I was not going to wear the polo shirt that I had on. So it was just,
I remember having to wear those things.
I had khakis on too. So I mean, like, definitely not stuff to
Here's
wear
the
in
thing.
a hot,
When do you
sweaty
not
costume.
wear khakis though?
I have pretty much consistently worn khakis more than jeans ever since my friend Allie told me that.
You look ugly in jeans.
Well, not exactly, but that khakis are better than jeans. That she appreciates guys who wear khakis over jeans. So.
Oh, that's cute. She appreciates guys who wear khakis.
Yeah.
Aww.
I don't know why. I do wear jeans fairly frequently, but now that I spend most days at True Chat, I don't wear jeans very often. But back to you now on your question to ask. Do you have one?
No.
Or are you going to take a hard pass?
I'm going to take a hard pass.
A hard pass.
Really hard pass.
All right. Well, it's been fun, and it's been real. And it has been real fun here with Connor. Hard not to have a good time. But this is, a week after Christmas, so you guys are probably getting ready to ring in the new year if you're paying attention to the show today.
Hopefully you get that New Year's kiss. I know I am.
So he's got it worked out. And
I'm getting more than New Year's kisses.
Okay. So if you liked today's video, or if you didn't hate it, give it a big thumbs up. And make sure to leave a comment in the section below. Any questions you want me to answer for the next video. I've done a terrible job at that so far, but New Year's resolutions, that's what I'm doing. Tell me what yours are, again, in the comments below. And if you've made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. You're way cooler than all those people who tuned out about 5 minutes ago. And other than that, special thanks to Connor for being here. And we'll see you next week on the Justin T. Weller Show. Bye.